just went and saw our first map on stream of Advanced Warfare MP here from the Pro Bootcamp. We have an amazing booth here in Germany.
It's insane.
Amazing crowd who's pretty hyped up for Advanced Warfare. They're all packed in. Yeah, how are you guys enjoying the game so far?
Some woos. I think they're probably just desperate to try and play because, you know, sitting here watching it is just the ultimate tease. They're just like, I want to play the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely what I've been like all day. You know, just trying to cast all day. I'm like, I just want to play UPLINK. And I'm so excited.
But guess what we have up next, Benson? So we are actually going to be playing UPLINK. That's going to be the second game type here that we're going to be showing off. And Defender is going to be the map. And we've seen some pretty crazy gameplay on this map. Yeah,
Defender. That's the map you may recognize from the trailer. There's a big tidal wave that comes in, and if you're caught down below when that thing hits, it's GG. You're gonna die.
But the key is you got double boost of safety. You know, it's just kind of double jump, boost jump, whatever you want to call that. You got to get up, got to get on higher ground, vertical ground, quickly.
As quick as you possibly can. But what's interesting is, obviously in a game like this, you know, if you have that ball in hand and you're close to scoring, you have to try and make that decision. And we've seen a couple of people make the wrong decision. They go for the point rather than, you know, potential safety, and they do get wiped out. Now, UPLINK, we mentioned it earlier, but we'll just go over it again in case, you know, anyone may have missed it. You can score two potential ways. Number one, if you want to go for a 1-point score, you throw the ball in. Simple as that. But if you get ambitious and you want to go for 2 points, you can actually jump into the portal whilst holding the ball, and that will give you 2 points. So I expect to see a bit of variation between the two. Some players like to try and figure out some potential spots on the map to try and throw the ball from. We've seen some pretty impressive ones so far of arcing balls as players on defense have tried to just jump and try and catch the ball and missed. We've seen some epic things so far, which is why we're so excited about this game type.
Yeah, and there you see on your screen, HyperGames versus Vitality is the matchup we're still in here. And Vitality convincingly took that TDM. Great game there, but again, this is UPLINK. So new game mode. Let's see how HyperGame stacks up, and I cannot wait for the world to see this, Benson.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Gataga's going to use that cloak straight away. Decides he wants to flick it back on, and that's the kind of strategy he was going for there on the left-hand side, but his teammate managed to pick up that kill. However, someone has managed to pick up the ball from the other team. It's going to be Azox. Azox with it. He does go down. Now, the first thing to note in UPLINK, Hastro, you pick up that ball, you immediately lose the right to have a weapon. However, you do get a big old chunk of armor. You have two choices. You can pass the ball to a teammate, or you can throw it, or you can try to jump it straight in, as Carnage just did that. Oh, sorry, as Azox just did. We go over to Carnage. Nicely played as Vitality now with a 2-0 lead. That was a great initial score, and as you said, you jump in, you get 2 points.
Yep, and Dialogues from HyperGames tried to make a move for that as well, and he actually got taken out right as the ball respawned, and now you see Riskin from Vitality with the ball in hand again, and he's got an enemy right in front of him. He's going to try and ditch it. No, he didn't. Oh, I was about to say his teammate had his back right there, and that's what we're talking about in UPLINK. You have to move as a team here to be, you know, successful, and we're going to see that Carnage now. It's back in his spawn. It looks like he was trying to switch something up in his class, so he's going to be moving along now, and it seems like we have the ball in Azox's hand now for HyperGames.
And one of the key things to note as well is
he just popped his overclock.
Overclock, yeah. So he's gone for that speed boost all the way around that right-hand side. You see just that increased speed that he's going to get. Unfortunately, does get shut down. But one of the key things that you can actually do if you have the ball, which is what we saw earlier on, is if you throw the ball at an enemy, they will catch the ball. So you automatically have the advantage going into a gunfight. We've seen some sneaky plays just like that earlier on, and it wouldn't surprise me if we caught some potentially on stream this evening. Right now on board with Broken. Player to his right does fall, just picks up the assist. However, it is Vitality with that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, so let's explain that one more time. So what, Benson, you were saying is when you throw the ball at an enemy, they catch the ball and lose their right to a weapon. So if you can actually, let's say, you know, sneak up on somebody, or, you know, you catch them from the side right as they're turning on you, you just throw the ball at them, make them catch it, they lose their gun, and you just take them out.
And the melee attack as well. If you do have the ball, don't worry, you're not at a complete disadvantage. You can still melee. We've seen some pretty interesting takedowns with the ball in hand. They've been quite entertaining. Carnage, though, he does have it in hand. He's very weak. He's lost all of his armor, but he has just managed to escape. He still has his exo ability ready to use, but he's going all the way around the outside. He's so one-shot, finally goes down. Some good defense comes in, but there, on the left-hand side, you may have just caught it. The tidal wave is coming in, and Carnage decides he wants to push the far right-hand side. He wants nothing to do with that.
Oh, and I don't know if Carnage knows. I don't know, does he know? Yeah, well, here we go.
Oh, the melee attack, though!
He was trying to show up a little bit right there, and I think we're good to go. With Methods on your screen again, he's going to be pushing that ball. It seems like it's about in the center of the map right now. That's actually pretty close there to the HyperGames goal.
Dangerously close, so
they need to clear that out.
Do some good defensive plays on this left-hand side. Methods isn't going to be able to pick up the kill. He does go down. That's 3 players down, actually, so they could be in some trouble here. However, nicely played by Maxi. He picks that up, and it's kind of like football, right? Or American football. You just have to put yardage on that ball. We've seen many players on defense, if the ball's in their own base, just pick it up and throw it. Just get rid of it. Make the other team track back and try and make some plays. But this is a nice play from Maxi. Oh, if he didn't manage to get a bit of a boost in midair, he may have been able to get 2 points, but that ball is down.
Yep, and so just short of the goal there. And now Maxi's going right back forward. The ball hasn't even been moved. So can he actually just do this? Oh no, but look at this. Vitality's actually playing a bit of strategy right there. They just took all of HyperGames out in their base, and now it looks like they're trying to move the ball.
Look how close that ball is. And it's worth mentioning, this is a ball, Astro. It will bounce. If it hits the floor, it's going to roll, it's going to bounce. And there you see Riskin doing exactly what I was saying earlier on defense. Pick that ball up and just try and put as many yards on that thing as you possibly can.
Yeah, but the problem right there is that he threw it straight at a wall, and it came bouncing right back at him, so you don't want to do that. But here we go, Riskin now with his teammates from Vitality. They're pushing up the right side of the map here. And he's going for that melee. He doesn't manage to get the melee, but he does get some cover from his teammates before falling. And now we got Carnage pushing up for that ball once again.
Let's have a look. Carnage has his teammate with the ball, and Ruskin throws it in. And that is going to be a 1-point score. Nicely played. And you could argue that he may have had time to actually just jump that through and get another 2-point score. The enemy, meanwhile, have managed to get the ball, and it is methods. So this is the throw spot that we've seen so many players do, but he's decided he doesn't want to go for it. Moves, and, well, that's a swing and a miss. That's kind of embarrassing. He's going to have to chase that ball, pick it back up. Oh, my God.
I think Message is still getting used to the trajectory of the ball.
How not to throw the ball in UPLINK right there with that, moving on.
It's gonna take some getting used to get the exact arc of the ball and kind of its play on the gravity in the game. But you know what? We've seen some players actually do brilliantly today by figuring that out and throwing some nice arc shots. And there you see another score come on the board, and that's actually coming from HyperGames. That's going to be a toss in for 1 point.
Yeah, halftime 3-1. Now it's worth mentioning, after you do score, the ball just goes up into the air and back to its initial drop off. So after you score, you do need a setup. Because you can't all be in the enemy base, because then if someone sneaks through from the other team, they're going to pick up that ball, run, and get an easy point in return. So you do have to be making sure you cover the spawn point of the ball as well. That's something which is really crucial, and I think a lot of teams sometimes forget. They get a little bit too excited, they push straight for it, and then all of a sudden the other team picks it up, and they get a score right back.
Oh, middle map control at all times is definitely important here in UPLINK. So here we go. We're on board with Broken now. He is going to be pushing up the right side of the map. And it looks like the ball's gotten tossed a little bit off the break. Doesn't look like it went very far, so both teams still fighting for that positioning, trying to get this ball out of the center of the map. And there you go. Vitality does manage to get control. It's going to be Carnage, who's moving quickly. He's
he went for the
nope,
beat.
He just go for this. So close. He kind of was hesitant right there. Did he want to actually keep trying to melee, or did he want to just go for the score? Eventually, just went for it. Unfortunately, just a little too short.
Dialec's trying to get some yardage on the ball. He goes down. And straight off respawn, he needs to try and make some defensive plays, but not going to happen. And there you see the ball go straight up and back to its respawn point. Another 2 points for Vitality. Nicely played, Gataga. He's using that cloak. And now you see on that bottom left, of course, the bar's fully empty. He has to wait for that to recharge, but he picks up one. He's going to find the second. Azox, meanwhile, he's going to try and jump it, but denied once again. And that's the tough decision there, Hastro. You have to decide whether you want to throw it or go for the jump. And sometimes when you decide to go for the jump, you do just get shut down.
Yeah, it seems like Vitality's getting a little greedy going for the jump in every time when they could maybe potentially just toss it in. But let's see what we can do here with Azox on our screen. They are down 5-1 now. So they are going to have to try and go for some ambitious jump throughs. And he gets taken down. So I think it was Carnage actually for Vitality. So ball in hand of Azox now for HyperGames, and he's so close. And there you go, 2 points to HyperGames.
Nicely played. Now they just need 1 2-point score, and it will be tied up. And it's worth mentioning, if it is a tie at the end of regulation time, it actually goes to stopwatch. Now, some of you may be familiar from stopwatch. That was actually implemented in Black Ops 2 in Capture the Flag. Any of you that aren't sure, we'll explain if it goes to it.
Yeah. Here we go, balls in hand of Carnage again. If it goes to overtime, we're going to have a little surprise for a lot of the older Black Ops 2 CTF players, because it's very, very similar.
Right now, Thylux has the ball in hand. He's been tagged up, but he goes to the boost jump, nearly gets away, with the ball bouncing on top of the roof. It is still in a capable position, but Dialux now needs to try and pick up this kill. It's Carnage. He's just managed to jump. He goes for the boost. 2-point score. Nicely played. Ball will go back to its original point. Vitality now 7-3 in the lead. And Hastro, it's looking very, very good for Vitality.
Yeah, and he does have that EXO overclock available to him right now, but he didn't pop it on the way to the ball, which he you know, probably should have.
Yeah, it just gets you there that little bit quicker, gives you that speed burst. Really does help out quite a bit. Carnage trying to carry the ball out of enemy territory. Gonna happen. And a lot of players still, I think, trying to get used to hitting LB for that extra ability. There's another wave on the right-hand side. Carnage is gonna have to try and think, but oof, luckily doesn't go that far inland, so he's okay. Pops the speed boost in the water. Decides to quickly rethink
but
about
look at
that.
what falls at his feet. Some candy. Some beautiful candy. It's the ball. And he's still got that overclock speed boost pumping for him, but unfortunately gets taken out from the side. And here we go. Maxi now with the ball, making a move up here to the left side, and he gets smoked. So it's just kind of back and forth here for both these teams. They're both being very aggressive with the ball. I'll say that much right now. It's much less tactical and much more running it as fast as they can.
Trying to just sneak through enemy lines, but there always seems to be that one goalie kind of roll. That's a nice boost from Gataga. Nearly manages to get that 2 points. And again, you have to say you could have thrown that mid-air. You can do that. Obviously, yeah, you do have to take account, as you mentioned earlier on, the gravity of the game, so to speak. You don't want to throw the ball in a dip shy, as we saw earlier on. You want to make sure you do secure that 1 point. Ball still in a nice position for Vitality. If they can try and pick that up, Gataga up top needs to pick up the kill. Does so. His teammate, not able to pick up that ball. It has actually reset, so it's back in the center. Meanwhile, Gataga trying to do some slaying ability. He managed to pick up a couple of kills in quick succession, but the ball has been picked up now by the opposition.
Yeah, and now you see a little bit of a toss there from Azox. I think Azox actually was tossing that ball before he died. He was actually just trying to get it to progress up the map a little bit, and there we see another toss, and you see how the ball kind of bounces around a little bit. So Gataga gets cleaned up, but Vitality certainly defending very well here. They're up 7-3. They're just trying to push that ball up across the map, make sure that they don't have any kind of threat from HyperGames. With about 30 seconds left to go, it's looking pretty good for Vitality.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much impossible at this point for them to lose this map. Ball down once again, and it's Carnage who's done a lot of the work. Gataga, he does have the ball. He's just going to try and add some insult to injury. He tries to go for the throw, but does get denied from behind. Last 15 seconds, it's going to be GG pretty much from map number 2. Of course, we do have map number 3 as well, which I believe is going to be some hardpoint action. So hardpoint making a return, as we mentioned, as Maxi just got denied right at the last second. That was unfortunate, I think is what I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's your final score. It's going to be Vitality again coming up big with that 7-3 victory over HyperGames. And there you see Vitality on your screen. And they're going to be headed into that next game. But we're not playing a best of any series here, right?
Yeah.
We're just showcasing the game. So we got three rounds to play.
Yeah,
But
we're showcasing as much Call of Duty Advanced Warfare as we possibly can, be it new game types, maps, etc., etc. We just want to try and show everyone at home exactly